welcome to the zoo.
Why am I here?
Minions of the Zoo is a lovable ragtag group of misfits that sprang up initially as a fan group to Ranting Monkey, Scribelite, Some Dumb American, and their joint Lords of the Night livestream show. Late night discussions in Discord quickly evolved into streams of their own, with each member bringing something new and different to the table for discussion. Led by the incomparable Rejekt PPC and the one-ton hammer, the group rotates hosts known as Zookeepers.
Hello everybody and welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host for this evening, One-Ton Hammer.
I will be your zookeeper tonight, Rejekt.
Alright, and welcome to the zoo. I am the TheLuckyPoptart, Inquisitor.
Sanguine.
Skep Tock.
I'm Prospero.
And I'm Delahazed.
Regular streamers, they're known as minions, and special guests are known as traveling exhibits. They're on a nightly basis, so that each show has something unique and fresh for our audience. Minions of the Zoo currently streams at 10:30 Central Standard, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Let's be xenophobic, it's really in this year. Let's find a nasty, slimy, ugly alien to fear. There's no more cutesy stories about E.T. phoning home. Let's learn to love our neighbors like the Christians learned in Rome. We know we ought to hate them, they're different, you see. We've seen they're mean and ugly on movies and TV. The folks that ought to know have told us how it's got to be. The gospel truth is found in scenes from Alien and V. Let's wipe out any life form that seems to be a threat. We'll serve them up a genocide they never will forget. 'Cause if we miss a couple, they'll breed a couple more. And soon we'll all be hating twice as many as before. You see, aliens can never be as good as humankind. A more delightful race than us you'll never ever find. So step aside, you star slime, we're ready for your worst. We know you want to beat us, enslave us and defeat us, oppress us and browbeat us unless we get you first.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the zoo. I'm your zookeeper tonight, Inquisitor, and I'm running solo right now because no one decided to join in. That's okay. You don't have to. I saw Terry's saying, did daylight savings happen, or is quiz impatient to get started? I've got work at 4 o'clock in the morning, so ostensibly speaking, I have to make sure I get everything done fairly early today. So I'm gonna see about trying to finish up some work here and try to get some sleep early. So that's what's going on. I hope everyone has a good post 4th of July for the not Americans. I hope you had a good Monday. And yeah. How is everyone this evening? We're going to be painting some more Bullgryn today. Try to get these 3 guys done. I got one pretty much done, the one I was painting last stream. He's pretty much done. He just needs flock on his base, and he's good to go. But yes, I say I got some games in this weekend. It was a lot of fun. Got to play some 40K, which was interesting and fun. Had some friends that haven't really had much opportunity to play the game very much over, and yeah, we all had a good time. We played 2 games on Sunday. We're gonna try to do some more games today, but it didn't work out. It was too hectic of a time, and everyone was, doing their come downs from the parties and stuff. So I didn't begrudge anyone not wanting to come over and play more games. It's always fun when you can manage it, but yeah, you can't always manage it, so I get it. I get it. But yes. How is everyone this evening? Is everyone good? Yeah, Cryptid said looking good. This isn't even the finished one. Right? Here's the finished one, man. I say he's a lot of work, but at the same time, I think he looks pretty good. So just need to pretty much replicate the process that I did on him on 2 other guys, and then the squad are done. We'll see if I can get it done before next week, but yeah, if I can get like primary colors done on at least one guy, then I'll put myself in fairly good stead to get them done by next weekend. The whole thing is setting aside a little time, you know, during the week and a little bit of time every day to try and get a little bit of work done. So hopefully that will happen. It's rough though, especially with the kind of job that I've got, which is very, very, very stressful. Not really stressful, no, not really. It's just exhausting, really, more than anything. So yes, Cryptic, the squad only consists of 3 guys, but yes. And not the squad that you're probably thinking or talking about. No politics here, just Warhammer. Well, you know, okay, just to I guess get a little bit of politics into it real quick. There's a regiment of Imperial Guard, which is this army. It's they're like human soldiers, right? In the setting, and there's one regiment called the Death Corps of Krieg, and just their look has caused a lot of people to freak and spurg out online. But the problem is that everyone keeps on equating what the Death Corps of Krieg look like to Nazis. The problem is that they are historically illiterate, because the uniform that the Death Corps of Krieg are based on is World War I trench warfare French soldiers, not German, not Nazis. So when people sit there and, like, because there was one person on Twitter the other day who said, "Dear Warhammer fans, how do you reconcile the Nazi implications of the Death Corps of Krieg?" And I had to respond to it saying, easily, I don't, because there's no Nazi influence on it. And then had to, you know, show the World War I French uniform next to a Death Corps of Krieg and said, you know, obviously they're based on the French, not the Nazis. Get your fucking Nazi Tourette's checked. You're just as bad as Glenn Beck. Which is absolutely true. I hate the fact that these people sit there and just, you know, at any opportunity sit there and say, Nazi, 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 Nazi. But the big thing is for all of that, and the reason why I bring it up is because we're probably going to have another round of that coming up. All the Warhammer hobbyists out there should probably be prepared for that, because the Death Corps of Krieg are getting plastic kits in the upcoming couple of months. So yeah, just be prepared to be called a Nazi for liking playing with plastic soldiers. It's fine. I'm used to it. I get it all the time anyway. So, yeah, whatever. Whole thing's dumb and people are dumb. And you can't change dumb people. You only just have to live with them because you can't get away from them. No matter how much you try. Yeah, I'm seeing some stuff about Twitter in the chat. Yeah, fuck Twitter. Twitter is the worst thing that possibly happened to mankind in the past, 20 years. Changed my mind. I see Random American there said he hasn't played since played 40k since the 90s. Yeah, that's when I started. To be fair, Games Workshop, Games Workshop definitely stumbled in the 90s and 2000s. It was very much a company run by corporate shills trying to squeeze every hobby dollar out of gamers, and it felt like being exploited every time you bought minis. It still kind of feels that way, but much less so. It feels like Games Workshop, more than any other gaming company, actually listens to their customers and are trying to put forth good PR about pretty much everything. So they have a lot of respect in my book for that. They've definitely changed over the years and gotten better. If you want a roadmap as to how a company shouldn't handle themselves when it comes to this sort of thing, like Warhammer and a hobby game, look at Privateer Press and how they've handled War Machine and Hordes. Apparently, they've royally screwed the pooch. For a while, a lot of people jumped ship from Warhammer over to War Machine and Hordes, and Privateer Press have pissed away that goodwill over the past, maybe 4 or 5 years. So, I don't know. Just goes to show that people don't stick around if you treat them like garbage. I'm bad. Alright, hold on. There. That's a little bit better. I went and had to look it up on military surplus sites to see what color jerry cans were painted in the army. It turns out it was camo green, so okay. That's what I'll paint mine. So I hope everyone's rested up and getting back on their schedule to go back to work. I know it sucks. No one wants to, but say random American. I remember their unofficial motto was, "If the player's not broke, fix it." They still kind of are that way. Models are more expensive now than they've ever been, but it's much easier, and the price point and barrier of entry is far lower than it's ever been, ironically speaking, simply because, you know, when you get into the minutia of the game, you're mainly just wanting to get new minis to do new things, but are not absolutely required for, you know, getting into the game and playing it. So, I don't know. It's fairly interesting, especially how they've handled the situations, you know, since back in the early 90s and 2000s. So, I see there, Cryptic said Twitter lowers the average human IQ by 50%. That sounds pretty allegorical, but you know what? I love the one phrase. I don't remember who coined it, but it was circulating Twitter quite a bit, that the entirety of Twitter is inventing a person that you disagree with in your mind, that you've never interacted with, and then being mad that they exist. That is in every interaction on Twitter, and it's kind of hard to refute. It just seems that way. It seems like people invent something about someone else, because how much information can you really gain about any single person in only 250 characters? You're not going to have deep, meaningful conversations with people on Twitter about literally anything. But you have to make a lot of sweeping and generalized assumptions about people when you interact with them on Twitter. So because of that, you are essentially psyching yourself up about someone that you know absolutely nothing about and are not having any deep, meaningful conversation, and then you're getting mad about it. So it's Twitter, especially people who take it entirely too seriously and want to have some sort of activism on Twitter, they're the sort of people that are so vapid that they think it actually makes a difference, and therefore are people not worth interacting with. That's my 2 cents. That's my hot take. Twitter is for shit posting and for saying, hey, look at this cool thing I did. Whether it's your hobby, whether it's your job, whether it's your art, whatever. It's a good place to share something that you've done. That's it. You are not going to have a meaningful conversation. You are not going to meet your spouse on fucking Twitter. So, don't expect it. Oh, Adam, you're getting an echo, man? I don't know. I can't really test the audio live. It's something that I kind of have to do either pre or post show. Sorry, man. I do have several fans running, so I don't know if that's affecting things. But yeah, it's extremely hot in here, so sorry. it's kind of the way it has to be. At least right now. I can see about fixing things later. I think I might need to bust into my second lead belcher here fairly soon. I'm running low on this paint. That's fine. Use up what I can and then delve into the new one. Waste not, want not, right? Yeah, had a buddy over over the weekend, and today he was packing up his minis, and he was showing up and showing his new carrying case, and it got me coveting his carrying case and wanting to get one of those for myself. You know, something to carry around the minis in, just to make it a little easier, you know. Terry, thank you. People take shitposts way too seriously. Yeah, I know they do. As they talk about you and Eric Idle, is all you gotta bring up. Fucking talk about a man who apparently has lost his sense of humor. So, you know. Random American asked, what figure is that? This is a Bullgryn, which is a slightly different Ogryn. Ogryn normally have a Ripper gun and have a really, really bad armor save. These guys are in Carapace armor, and they're carrying around a slab shield and a close combat weapon, a shock maul. So because of that, Bullgryn are the close combat version of Ogryn. So. I say, in the game I played this weekend, I actually tried these guys out. They performed okay. The problem was that they cost a lot of points that probably would have been better spent on taking another tank. So it seems like with these guys in particular, you need a way to get them across the battlefield faster, which I do have. I have chimeras that I can stick them in. And then they need to get up in the enemy's face and, you know, wreck their shit early on. They were just too slow in the game that I played with them, and they didn't do very much, comparatively speaking, to my tanks that were my MVPs of the game. So, I go up against SCP-173, my buddy. He's been on the show before. I'm not going to be taking the Bullgryn again. I'm going to be taking another tank. Yeah, it's unfortunate, Random, that Bullgryn right now, just regular Bullgryn, not Bullgryn, are actually really, really kind of bad right now. They're way overcosted, and they don't do very well on the tabletop. So, when you buy the Bullgryn kit, it's better to build Bullgryn than it is Bullgryn. Which is what I'm doing. I'm building my 3 Bullgryn here as Bullgryn. With Slab Shield and Power Maul. And you gotta kind of love it here. You know, this guy right here. These are tank treads. So, when it comes to like their armor here, it's all function. You know, they're wearing tank treads, you know, replacement tank treads as pieces of armor. So if they are want to do, which is survive, they're essentially carrying vital repair equipment on their body, which is the reason why they're also carrying, you know, jerry cans and stuff like that. It's great. I love the design of these models. I think they're great. They're a lot of fun. But since I got Lead Belcher open, might as well do some more finer point stuff, like his goggles here. Yeah, I don't figure we're gonna go too long tonight either, guys. So, you know, just letting everyone know a little bit about what I intend to do with the show tonight, because yeah, like I said, I don't want to be up too late. I got work in the morning and all sorts of stuff, so. So he's got the Bane gas mask on. You know, you think that you were born in the darkness, but you merely adopted it. So I say, oh yeah, I see Mr. Scott there is asking Cryptic how the barbecue was, especially the dog and cat party, you know, because Cryptic Asian, you know, but let me tell you about our 4th of July weekend, man. We had fucking burgers and hot dogs yesterday on the grill, and then today I made corn on the cob and steaks on the grill. Oh my god, it was so good. Plus I also dry brined the steaks all day yesterday, and they were delicious coming off the grill. Oh my god. Shout out to Sanguine. He knows what he did. This is now 2 years running, man, that I did dry brine steaks for fucking July 4th. Well worth it, and yeah, everyone should take notes from Sanguine when it comes to that shit, man. He's definitely one to listen to. He was good when he came down here to Chicago to hang out with Adam and I, and then yeah, he definitely imparted some culinary wisdom onto me when he left. So I'll never forget it, man. So hell yeah. Shout out to Sanguine. Much love. Good guy. Alright. I had to mix up some paint here on the brass. The paint was settling in a weird way, so we're just going to kind of use what's left on the paper clip that I stirred the paint with. Did you guys hear that? I still was going shooting off fireworks today, even. I feel really bad. My dog really didn't like some of the fireworks going off yesterday. He was cowering, he was hiding, he was shivering. I felt really bad for him. He definitely doesn't like it. But, you know, show me a dog that does. Everyone hates it. All the dogs hate it. Okay. This right here I also painted brass. Okay. It's a little too watery. Make sure everything's in the frame. Terry Sangers in math is a good guy. Yeah. Yes, he is. Hoping we can all get together again soon. That would be that'd be great. All of the minions I've met in real life have been really great people. You know, Eve, Skep, Tock, Sanguine, of course. You know, Adam and I live really close to each other, so you know, he and I have hung out several times. So he's a great guy too. All good people, man. All good people. Sorry if my fat fingers keep getting in the way. I'm trying not to, so that they're still in the frame, or the model's still in the frame for any actual painting I'm doing. It's kind of rough sometimes to get that in there. You gotta be like one part director, one part actor, one part, you know, cinematographer. All of it while you're doing this fucking live streams. But it's okay. It's okay. I do it because it's fun. And because it's something I enjoy. And I hope all of you do too. Even if I am Bob Rossing a little bit right here, painting some happy little Bullgryn. And they're happy little beat sticks, and they're gonna run up and bash some happy little heretics' heads in, you know? Too soupy, a little too soupy. I'll water it down a little bit. Come on. Don't do this to me. I want to see some debris on the brush. Don't you do this. Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this. I've already fucked it up. Might as well just make sure I get every piece, and then I can go back over it with the blue. And Terry says the only minion he's met in real life is Pete. And how was he? I bet he was. I bet he was good, because Pete's a good guy. I like Pete. It's been a while since I've seen him, though. I think the last time I did was on Comic Book Curation, which is, you know, a long time back now. How things are right now, I'm not even sure if I could go back to doing comic book curation, especially with the new job and everything. Kind of miss it. It was fun while we did it. But hell yeah, man. Is there a whole lot of cool stuff in Melbourne? I'm just trying to think of, places that I think might be fun to visit if I ever have the cash to go to Australia. I think it'd be fun to tool around Australia. It's a pretty lofty goal, though. I have no money at all. That's why I gotta go to work at 4 o'clock in the morning, you know? I'll say another thing. Another person you could meet there too, Terry, would be Punisher. Punisher's in Sydney. I don't know how much Punisher gets out though. Oh, Jake is dreaming. I say, Terry, saying it's good to know you're not the only one from Sydney. I mean, I would have recommended Far, but she's all the way out in Perth, other side of the country. So. I'm way more knowledgeable about Australia's fucking geography than I'd ever been in high school. Simply because I know so many Australians online. It's weird. Yeah, it's cool. I say, Australia, I think, would be a country that'd be kind of fun to visit sometime in my life. If I can do it. I basically like to go any place that speaks English. I'm too old in my life to try and learn any new languages or even feign an attempt to. I took Japanese in school, but it's not one of those languages that I think I can really dedicate the time to learn all of the syntax and all that kind of stuff. I wish I could. You know, it's a fun language to know and use and stuff, but it's definitely not one that's practical to just pick up and learn. Let's see. Well, it's about 10:30, so it's almost about the time that we usually start. So it's easy to underestimate just how huge the country really is. I was stunned the first time I flew overseas that it took 4 hours just to get out of the country. Yeah. And I say that's one thing I think is one thing that people don't really know, or they massively underestimate, is just exactly how big Australia is. I mean, it is a continent, guys. It is a continent, and it's deserving of that moniker. It's the country is huge, and yeah, it's almost mind-boggling how exactly how big Australia is, and you don't really get it until you kind of see it with your own eyes, or just really kind of sit down and really think about it, because yeah, it's a huge place, and most of it is completely unlivable because it's a massive wasteland desert that's in the center of the country. It's really weird. Like I said, though, I think it'd be really kind of cool to visit Australia one day. I'd like to do that. If I come to Sydney, there, Terry, you got to take me out to one of the really good pubs in the city. I know. I'm asking you to leave the house, Terry, but it's gotta happen, man. It's gotta happen. What are you trying to say, Jen? That I'm an old guy? I certainly feel it sometimes. We'll go too much longer, but yeah. Just get some metal on the back of this shield here. The goal is to get home from work every day this week and get a little bit more painting done. Not just come home, nod off, and go to sleep, but actually be productive. That's the goal. Simple, right? I say, Jen, we did get a massive heat wave, but the worst part about it is that it all turned into rain down here. It met a southern cold wave, and yeah, we just had extremely humid air all week. Several rainstorms. Yeah, it was a pretty dark and dreary week last week. So. Worst part about it is, though, is that the job I've currently got is that if it's ever humid like that, it just makes my life a living hell, because there's no climate control in the area that I work, so I just kind of have to endure it. And last week was my first week, so it was kind of a trial by fire, literally, so... But I endure. I endure because I have to. I must fight on. So. Alright. I'm not gonna go too far into that. I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'll come back at it with fresh eyes tomorrow, I think, is the time. So, yeah, okay, time to start the show. Ironically speaking, we're probably going to end it right now. So, yeah, thank you all for coming out. I know it was a little bit of an early start, a rocky early start, but yeah, we've been, like I said, I got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, so I got to be a little bit more conscientious about my sleep schedule and everything, and so, I hope you guys had a good time watching paint dry. I know it's a short stream and it's an early stream, but hope you had a good time, and we will catch you all next time. Be sure to check out tomorrow where Skep Tock is the host, and yeah, take care everyone, the zoo is closed.